Hi everyone, in this demo, we will demonstrate how to block a gambling URL using the Postman REST API client and the OneAPI JSON collection for the Zscaler Internet Access API. First, we will log in using our SafeMarch tenant. We will then check whether the gaming URL is currently restricted or blocked. Next, we will navigate to the ZIA portal to review the existing URL policy. Finally, we will use the Postman REST API client to utilize the OneAPI and create a JSON file to block gambling URLs. Let's begin by checking if the gambling URL is currently accessible. First, we will visit ip.zscaler.com to validate the tenant. As you can see, we are logged in using the SafeMarch tenant. To verify the accessibility of the gambling URLs, we will try accessing a known gambling website, such as 888.com. As a user, I am currently able to access 888.com. Next, we will navigate to the ZIA admin portal. Navigate to the Z Identity portal and click on the ZIA tab. Go to the URL and Cloud App Control section within the Policy tab. In the URL filtering policy section, check the block rules to validate if the gambling category is included. Here we can confirm that the gambling URL category is not currently included. Traditionally, administrators would include the gambling category in the URL category section and update the URL filtering rule, or create a new rule to block all URLs belonging to the gambling category. This involves logging into your ZIdentity tenant, navigating to the ZIA portal, and updating or creating the necessary URL filtering policies. However, with OneAPI integration in JSON through the Postman REST API client, you can automate this process without using the ZIA UI. Ensure all prerequisites are configured before making an API call. We have already created an API client using ZIA API resources, including an active client ID and a secret key. Before proceeding to the Postman REST API client, ensure all prerequisites are completed and the API client is created. In the Postman REST API client, we have collections for ZIA, ZPA, and Zscaler client connector. In this demo, we will create a URL filtering policy rule for the gambling category within the ZIA API collection. Select the URL filtering policy rule, then the Post URL Filtering Rules Add tab. We have already created a JSON code, which we will leverage. You can refer to the ZIA API reference guide to enhance your code as per your requirements. In the JSON code, we name the policy Block Gambling URLs and set the protocol to any rule. You can modify the URL categories based on the categories you want to block. This could be for custom URLs, gambling, gaming, or any adult websites. Ensure the state is set to either enabled or disabled. For this demo, we are enabling it and setting the admin rank to 7. Note that the range for admin rank is from 0 to 7. We include all necessary request methods and use the block override parameters, which is set to false by default. The action is set to block. Once the code is ready, paste it to the Postman REST API client body section and send the request. You should receive a 200 OK message indicating the request was successful. To validate, refresh the ZIA admin portal and check if the rule is reflected. Now, reattempt logging into 888.com to ensure it is blocked. As you can see, the website is now blocked due to the URL filtering rule we created. That concludes the demo. Thank you for watching.